Howdy, folks. Would you also need coffee.com here. Back again for another Wayhomer review. And here's how this works for the uninitiated among you. I've just left the cinema where I've seen a film. Oh my god. And I'm going to tell you about that film on our way home. And oh, the lights. All she did was, and I'm going, what? Is there something behind me? Is Bertha Mason behind me? Anyway, so that gives it away. We're going to talk about the new version, the 18th filmed version of Jane Eyre. So, anyway, synopsis. For anyone who has not read the book or seen the other 17 versions, it goes like this. Basically, Jane Eyre is an orphan who gets in with a relative, and because she is a little willful, shall we say, and doesn't have enough sense to keep her mouth shut at times, or at least doesn't quite figure out how to murder the other relatives in the house who are giving her a hard time and not get blamed for it. Which, again, if you're young, you know, that takes some doing to figure out how to do. But anyway, so because she doesn't do this, she gets shipped off to an orphanage and then eventually winds up as governess to this guy who has a young ward. And things just go from there. They run into each other and hijinks ensue, as we're fond of saying. That's pretty much all the synopsis I can do. It's a Charlotte Bronte novel, and full disclosure is, I really, really did not like the novel. I don't know if it's because I have a penis or not, but I don't like these sort of books in which pretty much everyone is wretched and treats each other wretchedly, and there doesn't seem to be any point to it whatsoever. I think and what's weird is I understand why there's supposed to be this whole like female thing about why females enjoy stories like this is because it's the young impressionable female and the dark stranger, and there's wealth involved and stuff, right? And they manage to, even though they are, you know, as she says in the film, poor and obscure and plain and small and I don't know, folded in half and whatever all she says, that she's still able to win over the heart of the guy, and so I understand that. But you would think that this would be like the ultimate film that guys would love. If you reverse that, then really, honestly, guys should love the hell out of this film because it shows you can be the biggest prick in the world. I mean, this literally, I mean, it's been a while since I've read the book, but I don't remember it being like a blueprint for sexual harassment in the workplace in that particular time period. I mean, it's just like creepy. I mean, it's just, first of all, it doesn't help that Mio, whatever her name is, who is in Alice in Wonderland, looks like she's like 9, okay? Throughout the entire thing, I don't care what they do to her, she looks 9, all right? So that's not helping matters when you consider that Michael Fassbender looks 39, okay? So it looks like, you know, it's his name should actually be, what is it? Edward Fairfax Rochester. It should be Edward Humbert Fairfax Humbert Rochester or something like that, right? So basically it's, I don't know, it's just unbelievably creepy. So, and I can't, first of all, I'm kind of trying to deal with that, right? But I mean, he's just, there's no reason for anybody in the world to think this guy is like anything other than a complete and total prick. I mean, even if you know the story, if you've seen any of the other 17 versions, even if you, like, you know, get to the end, when I'm supposed to feel something, I guess, I don't know, I feel nothing other than, you're still a prick. I don't even pity you. I don't even have the pity. I have pricks in films where you somehow go, oh, they can't help themselves, they're just a prick, and I actually feel sorry for them. It's just like, no, you're just a prick. So, the problem is, first of all, it's a very slow-moving film, okay? And it's not like I don't like the story itself. The problem with a lot of these things is I like the story, the core story, but the fact that I have to slog through the novel to get at the story, I really wish I could just, get the pamphlet version or something. I don't know. But anyway, because if you look at the late 90s, I want to say it was an A&E version, but Kieran Hines and Samantha Morton were in a version of this, and it was actually pretty good. I actually really liked that, because I really believed that the characters would interact like that, and it didn't feel like they were just being, wretched for the sheer hell of it. I don't know where I am. So anyway, so it's not like this is irredeemable, and I walked into this going, oh man, I'm really going to hate this. I thought there might have been hope for enjoying it. But the problem is, it's not much happens, okay? It's very long. It's only like a 2-hour film. It's actually like an hour and 50 minutes or something like that. I don't even think it's 2 hours. But it just feels so long, and it just drags like crazy. And I understand that's probably, they're trying to be realistic, and they're trying to adapt the book faithfully, which also, in my opinion, drags really slowly. So that's all those things where nothing happens, where you could easily edit the film down about 20 to 30 minutes. That's all the bits in the book where you're just wishing that something would happen as well, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, that's part of the problem. Is it's not, even though you've got good actors in Michael Fassbender, who's good, it's just that the version of Rochester he's playing is a prick. Mia Waka, I'm sorry, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce her name, has some great moments, but the problem is, of course, Jane is very buttoned up, and instead of, she just feels like she's just waiting for the good moments. Does that make sense? It's not even like one of those, it's not even like if you go back and you watch, like, Remains of the Day, where you've got Emma Thompson and Anthony Hopkins, where even though they're just very, there's still, you can still feel just stuff seething underneath. There wasn't a lot of seething going on here. Even Judi Dench is there, and she's lovely because she's Judi Dench. And Jamie Bell, it's always nice to see Jamie Bell in anything. So that's all well and good. But the problem is, it's just doesn't engage. And there's like, when cruel things do happen with these various people doing cruel things to one another, it completely takes me out of it. I mean, because I don't understand what the point is. Like I said, the point appears to be, if you pressed me for, well, what is the message? The message appears to be that, hey, you can, if you're a guy, it's okay, act like a dick. You'll find some young woman who doesn't know any better, and will fall in love with you because she's never met another guy, and you're the only one that she's got, right? Or, if you're a girl, hey, it's okay. You can, deal with a life of cruelty and deprivation, and basically being, in the tumult of fortune, and it's okay. Eventually somebody will die and give you money. That appears to be the message. Maybe I missed something because of my penis. I don't know. Anyway, but that's the problem. I mean, the film is just too long. The actors are good, but they're trapped in these roles that are not, very good. And there's just not much to commend it. I mean, I would say if you're going to watch it, I mean, it's been in theaters for a little while now, but if you're going to watch it, catch it on video where you can pause it and go get a snack. I would give it about a cup and a half. I was going to go straight with like 2.5 cups, but just the lack of editing and the just completely unsympathetic characters just makes my eyebrows hurt. I don't know what to say beyond that. Anyway, that's it. I wish I had something better to say about it. And like I said, I hold up as a... I'm turning around because I don't know where I am. I hold up as evidence that I'm just not completely against the story itself, that I did like that previous one from the late 90s. So, I mean, it's not an irredeemable story. It's just that sometimes, you know, I don't know. I guess you can be too true to the book. So there you have it. Thanks everyone for watching these things. And for those of you who are fans of the book who want to send me death threats, I look forward to your emails. Those of you who enjoy these things, please stumble them, share them on Facebook, Twitter, however you do, whatever it is that you do when you do it. It is greatly appreciated and it helps us out more than you know. So I'm going to try to navigate my way out of this and back to civilization. What am I talking about? There's a microtel. Of course there's civilization. And we will see you next time. Bye! Oh, and here's the... Okay, this is after the animation and this Dakota thing, so there's no spoilers if you didn't see the other 17 versions. Listen, this would have made the film awesome. There's a point at which there's like a knock at the door later in the film, and I was just hoping that it was Bertha Mason coming through with a knife to kill her, and if they had, like, you know, like Jason Voorhees style, if that had been the case, if, like, pretty much from that point on, I kept on waiting for her to spring out from somewhere and just, like, go into slasher mode. If that had been the case, that would have totally redeemed the film. And in fact, what I would like to do is, I would like to propose, if this has not already been done, and perhaps it has, because there's all of these different versions of things now using public domain stories. But seriously, somebody needs to create a sequel to Jane Eyre in which Bertha survives and just goes on a killing spree. And if possible, all these other, like, heroines from these novels that survive, she just takes them out one by one. That would be awesome. So there you go. There's your mission. And all I ask is an acknowledgement in the back of the book, and you don't even have to pay me any of the thousands and thousands of dollars you'll make off of that awesome idea. Bertha Mason, serial killer.